installment of A Diary of Compulsive Madness by Waldo Austin. There once was an elderly man who lived several houses down from mine. He was a polite old man. He had lived in that house, on those streets, in that area, his whole life. Every few days he would go down the block and around the corner to the local gas station. He knew the old couple who owned and operated it. They were pretty good friends. Went to high school together. John, the husband, was working the cash register, and his wife, Mary, would work the telephone. Always walking in, waving hi, and grabbing a bag of chips and a cherry Coke. "Hey, Bert, how are you today?" "I'm good, John, I'm good. How about yourself?" Same old, same old." Bert chuckled slightly and nodded his head as we walked up to the counter. "Are you there? How's Mary? She feeling any better today?" "I'm doing just fine, Bert. Thanks for asking. But I'll be better when this cold weather melts away," Mary said as she shuffled her way in from the back room. $3.50 as always, Bert." Bert handed the money over and waved goodbye as he began to walk out the front door. "Hey, you still coming over for poker on Friday?" "You know me too well, John. Wouldn't miss it for the world." "All right, see you then. Take care, Bertie." "You too, John." On his way back, he could hear a loud, screeching, rumbling, almost banging-like sound from afar as it began to get louder and louder as it crept up from behind his shoulders. He curiously turned to look and saw a black Acura speeding through the streets. Leaves rustled and hovered, floating underneath the fast-moving tires. Steam smoked and simmered off the rubber, and the sidewalks of the town were empty and abandoned. He first felt a strangeness in the air, but was soon overwhelmed with a taste of fear as it rushed all over his body. He began to run, and dropped his cherry Coke. The car speeded up, and Bert tried to keep his pace, not slowing down for anything. He heard loud popping sounds, but kept running, not slowing down for anything. The car passed by him, and he didn't bother to look to try to get a glimpse of the driver or anyone else who may have been inside the car. He made it back home, ran right to the door, and couldn't get the key into it fast enough. His heart was pounding. He felt sick. He could barely breathe, trying desperately to catch his breath. His legs were stinging in a shock of adrenaline. His mouth was dry and scratchy like sandpaper. It burned when he would breathe in. He splashed water on his face and filled up a nearby glass and devoured it. He was now able to control his breathing. His heart began to finally slow down. He sat in a chair and put his hands over his heart so he could feel it slow. He looked down and noticed a small red blot stained in his shirt near his stomach lining. He lifted up his t-shirt and took it off, got up and stared into the mirror, and down to his stomach, and back to the mirror. He felt the hole in his body as he slightly picked it with his fingers, feeling the sticky red blood dripping from the wound.